Today, we're diving deep into the swirling chaos of the French Revolution, whose key causes were financial crisis, social injustice, and Enlightenment ideas. It was a monumental upheaval that reshaped not just a nation, but the entire world. First off, starting with the key players in this dramatic saga. Picture it. France in the late 18th century, a nation teetering on the brink of disaster. The financial crisis is like a ticking time bomb. And guess what? The royal family is sitting pretty in their lavish palaces, oblivious to the struggles of the common folk. The coffers are empty, debts are piling up, and King Louis XVI is scratching his head, wondering how to maintain his extravagant lifestyle while the people are starving in the streets. Now, let's talk about social inequality. Oh boy, where do we even begin? France was divided into 3 estates. The first estate, made up of the clergy, the second estate, the nobility, and the third estate, which included everyone else, peasants, urban workers, and the bourgeoisie. Can you imagine being part of the third estate, working your fingers to the bone just to make ends meet while the first and second estates enjoy tax exemptions and endless privileges? It's like being the only one doing dishes at a party while everyone else is lounging around sipping champagne. Frustration levels? Off the charts. Next up, the Enlightenment. This intellectual movement is like a breath of fresh air, blowing away the cobwebs of tradition and ignorance. Thinkers like Voltaire, Rousseau, and Montesquieu are stirring the pot, challenging the status quo and planting the seeds of liberty, equality, and fraternity in the minds of the people. They're not just talking about change, they're igniting a revolution of ideas that will soon spill out into the streets. Now, let's fast forward to July 14, 1789, a date that will go down in history as the day the Bastille fell. The Bastille, a medieval fortress and prison, was a symbol of royal tyranny. The people, fueled by anger and desperation, stormed this fortress. Think of it as the ultimate act of rebellion. They didn't just want to break down the doors, they were smashing the very idea of oppression. It was a chaotic scene, with revolutionaries clamoring for weapons and freedom, and in that moment, the old regime began to crumble like a stale baguette. The fall of the Bastille wasn't just about a building, it was a declaration that the people were done being pushed around. But hold on, because things are about to get wild. The revolution spirals into a whirlwind of events, and we can't skip over the Reign of Terror. Imagine a time when paranoia is the order of the day, and anyone, even your neighbor, could be denounced as an enemy of the revolution. Led by the radical Jacobins and their fiery leader Robespierre, this period is marked by extreme measures, including mass executions via the guillotine. The guillotine is a grim spectacle, where the so-called enemies of the revolution were beheaded. The slogan, "Liberty, Equality, Fraternity," starts to feel more like a cruel joke as fear grips the nation. In July 1794, the tables turn, and even Robespierre was arrested, then execution. Talk about poetic justice. And just when you think it can't get any crazier, after Louis XVI fled, we reach the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. This guy swoops in like a superhero. Well, a very ambitious one, promising stability after years of chaos. He crowns himself emperor, effectively flipping the bird to the very ideals of the revolution. It's like the revolution gave birth to a new leader who, instead of nurturing the seeds of liberty, decides to plant his own empire. The revolution's legacy becomes a mixed bag, with some gains in rights and citizenship, but also a return to authoritarian rule. It's the ultimate plot twist that leaves everyone scratching their heads. So, what do we take away from this whirlwind tour of the French Revolution? It's a stark reminder that revolutions are rarely neat and tidy affairs. They're messy, chaotic, and fraught with contradictions. The cries for liberty can sometimes lead to tyranny, and the quest for equality can spiral into bloodshed. Yet amidst the turmoil, the revolution also gave birth to ideas that would inspire future generations. Ideas about democracy, human rights, and the power of the people. As we reflect on this tumultuous period,
let's remember that history is not just a collection of dates and events. It's a tapestry woven from the dreams, struggles, and triumphs of countless individuals. The French Revolution teaches us that change is possible, but it comes with a cost. So, let's raise our glasses, not just to the revolutionaries of the past, but to the ongoing fight for a happier world, where liberty, equality, and fraternity aren't just lofty ideals, but the very foundation of our society. Cheers to that.
Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe for more mind-blowing stories.